Wagwan, welcome back to my YouTube channel. My name is Dreycosting. It's the first time over here. What we do over here is to analyze the financial market, like chop it up in pieces so each and everyone can understand. Today, we're going to look at how to budget. Regular Friday. So you know on Friday is the financial format, right? The last time we spoke about how to record your expenses, right? So once you have that down, knowing where you're putting your money, now it's time to move to the next phase on how to budget your income and expenses. So let's jump into it. All right. So what you want to do is that you can just go on Google and like download a budget for Excel, right? And anything you can pop up and you see something like this, right? Just to get a template, right? So at the top, you have your income, the same expenses you have here. And you have down here, whether if you're in a surplus or a deficit. So let's say, for argument's sake, your 9 to 5 income would say, let's put it at, you're getting paid, they're about 5,000, right? And you have the auto expense, say, being that you're recording, you know that your auto expense is about like 15 per month. You got what else? You got groceries, say that groceries is about 100, all right? Just to make things simple, your rent or mortgage, right? Your rent or mortgage is like say 600. Just make things simple, right? So right here, you have a surplus of 4,285, which you can use to save, right? Just an example. So you probably put savings right here. Change this to savings, right? So you want to look to save right here 4,000, right? So this 4,000 could be put away in a fixed account, and you could like split it up. So you probably can have like 1,000 go to the financial market. So let's do that. So let's put 3,000 here, and you have 1,000 go to the financial market, right? And 1,000 go to the financial market, right? And basically, in a nutshell, that's how you do your budgeting, right? But what difference does this make in comparison to looking at recording your expenses? So let me show you what I do, right? And before I go any further, so you can also download this in your Play Store or your Apple Store, right? So what I like to do is this. This is the budget, right? I will do something like this. I'll create 2 more sheets, right? And I will call this actual, the actual expense, right? Actual, right? And I'll also call this variance, right? So what you're going to do is this. Come here, click the top here. You're going to copy that. Come in here, you're going to paste that there, right? And paste that there. Why is this necessary? And this is how you're going to monitor your spending now, right? Watch me now. So for the actual, we're going to just zero this out, right? Zero this out. It's going to zero everything, go down, right? Watch me now. You're going to do something simple like this, right? You're going to have your variance. Let me do this really quick, right? Have your variance right here. Okay, so you want your variance to always be in a positive. So that is what you're aiming for. So in order to do that, you're going to take, for the income side, you're going to take your actual, right? Minus your budget. So let me go again. For the income, you're going to take your actual minus the budget. However, for your expenses, you're going to take the budget, right? Minus your actual, right? To come to the variance. So all you're going to do now, you're going to copy down this formula. You're going to drag here, copy down this formula right here. You're going to drag here and copy down this formula, right? Why is this important? Why is this important? So let's look at it now, right? Let's take some quick example. So you budgeted $5,000, right? So let's start with the income. You budgeted $5,000. However, in the actual, you actually got 6,000, right? So right there, you realize you're in a positive 1,000 variance in terms of income, and that's a good thing. But say that you didn't get all that income, you got 4,000, right? If you got 4,000, then you'll be in a negative variance, right? So let me do some on this right here, so you guys can see this just a little better, right? I'm going to do something like this. You can go here, right click on that, right? Format cells, right? And you're going to click this currency, then you're going to click the red ones, right? Looks much better, right? So I'm saying to you, you're in a negative right here, and that's bad. You want to ensure that your income is in a positive. So say that you get in the exact amount that you budget, then there will be no variance. Let's move on. So you budgeted $15 for your auto expense, right? But for your auto expense, you only spend 12. When you look by your variance, you have a saving of 3, right? Let's go again. Groceries. You budgeted $100 for your groceries. However, when you look at your actual, you actually spend 120. Therefore, you have a variance of 20. And this is how you're going to monitor your expenses throughout the month. You're going to see where you are, right? So I'm saying, what you monitor now. So if I know that there's $100 in the budget, and so far I have gone, say, $60, right? When I look at variance, I realize I have $40 leave within this category of expense. And you're going to know how to scale back, how to tailor it properly, choose different options, right? In order of your food purchase. So let's leave it that, say, for argument's sake, the actual that you came in at $90, you have a savings of $10. So that's good, right? So now let's take the savings, right? Or let's say the rent. So the rent will be the same thing, right? Because that's a fixed cost, right? So 600, variance of 0. So you get the picture. So stemming back from the last video, how to say to record your expense, all you're going to do the actual expense that you're recording, you're going to also put it in here, right? To get your variance, if you're in a positive or a negative. Also, when you look at the budget you're going to set before the month actually starts, right? So let's look at it again. Let me go over to month 2 with the budget before I close out, right? So you could start right here, right? You could do the same thing right here, right? You could have an opening balance right here. So let's put an opening balance, right? So let's call this opening, right? You could put an opening balance right here, right? We're going to adjust the formula, all right? We're going to adjust the formula just a bit. All right, I'm going to put opening balance there about. So watch me now. So you could just do that is equal, right? And this is what you close with, right? And you have the same 5,000, right? And you just continue the same trend over and over, right? So let's copy these expenses. So last month, look how things roll over now. Last month, you had a surplus of 285. This month, you have a surplus of 570. The reason being was that you took this surplus and roll it forward on this month's surplus. And what you want to do in a situation like this is not to spend more, but to actually increase the savings. All right? It's as simple as that. So this is how I do my budget. So I set my budget, I put in the actual, and I also look at the variance. And I take the actual for the financial statement recording with the income statement that we looked at, and I put the actual here each day as I'm updating my records. But this budget is done at the start of the month, and you get your variance throughout the month of how to manage it. Oh, this video was helpful. I know these videos are not the fancy videos that you guys like, but these videos are truly important because in order to invest in the financial market, if you're a person that is starting from nowhere, then you have to first hustle from your 9 to 5 or hustle from your little small business, right? You have to understand savings, you have to understand budgeting. And with this excess surplus from budgeting and monitoring your expenses, this is how you have that reserve to put in the financial market, because you should not put your last in the financial market. If there's anything you guys would like to see me cover, please comment below and I'll try my best to assist you guys. Big up on yourself and enjoy the rest of your weekend. I'm out.